Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Alejandro Romo, and in this channel we talk about investing, personal finance, and all things money. In today's video, we're going to be going over ticker symbol EXPI's quarterly report for the first quarter. Let's get into it.
I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
Alright, so we had a pretty crazy, pretty interesting quarterly report. We're going to start off right here on TradingView, looking at the stock. We did break support right here today. We're down 8.5% today. The stock is trading at $28.16. It's pretty crazy. Honestly, there's no reason for this to be like that. We're going to go over the quarterly report and I'm going to show you guys why. And I'm going to keep investing. Actually, today I spent probably like another $500 on this company to buy more shares. Bought the dip. So let's get into this right here. Alright, so again, like I was saying, we broke support right here, and it's not a big deal because the market overall was kind of down. Like here goes Coinbase right here. They were down. Not the overall market, because this is the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. They look like they're up almost 1%. If anything, the stock is probably going to trade somewhere around here. We got to lows of 20, days range, 25.62. I didn't even know when we hit that price, but that's crazy. So we're either going to keep bouncing here, or tomorrow we're just going to shoot up because quarterly report was not that bad. It doesn't reflect the price today. Alright, so right here we're on M1 Finance. I haven't changed anything. We're still good. Still have the 368 shares. Right here we're on Fidelity. Go to my position. I have, where is my quantity? 157,487. Current value of 4,430. Cost base is 6,000 per share, 38.56. Alright, so click on it and purchase history lots. Right here you can see I bought today 4 times, or I spent about 500 bucks. Bought at 28, 23, 20, 28, 40, 39. So I've been buying still. And like I said, I think it's a good time to still buy. Again, quarterly earnings, we're going to get right into it right now. So again, like I said, every company that's in the stock market should probably have an investors relations page. And again, for this one, it's expworldholdings.com. We're going to go to press release and we're going to click right here. EXP World Holdings reports record first quarter 2021 financial results and agent growth. Alright, so this is going to give you all the information that you need to know about their quarterly earnings report. So we're going to go right here down where it says first quarter 2021 financial highlights. So revenue increased 115% to a record of $583.8 million in the first quarter of 2021 compared to $271.4 million in the same year ago quarter. Basically what this is saying, first of all, revenue is the money a company brings in from the sales of its goods and or services. For the months of January, February, and March of last year, they only brought in $271.4 million. This year, for the first quarter, they brought in the 583, which is 115%. So it doubled in a year. That's something good. I don't see why the stock is down. It makes no sense. Okay, so let's keep going. Bullet number 2 is gross profit increased 91% to $53.5 million in the first quarter of 2021 compared to $28 million in the same year ago quarter. They're going to keep comparing the first quarter from last year to this year. So 91%. And what gross profit is your revenue minus your cost for your goods and services that you had to pay. You subtract that from your revenue. So that leaves you with your gross profit. The third bullet is net income increased 3,348% to $4.8 million in the first quarter of 2021 compared to $0.18 million in the same year ago quarter. Net income, now net income is the revenue minus gross profit minus other business expenses like taxes and just other expenses, and it'll leave you with a net income of $4.8 million. So they pocketed, I guess, $4.8 million. Compared to a year ago, they only made $100,000 in net income, $0.1 million. That's pretty crazy. So these are impressive numbers. Alright, bullet number 4 is adjusted EBITDA, a non-GAAP financial measure, increased 159% to $14.8 million compared to $5.7 the same year ago quarter. Bullet number 5, operating cash flow, a non-GAAP financial measure, increased 184% to $40.6 million for the first quarter compared to $14.3 million the same. Number 4 and number 5 are another strategy of looking at a company's financial statements. They will give you different numbers of a different way to look at where they're standing and everything. We'll go a little bit over them right now. As of March 31, 2021, cash and cash equivalents totaled $104.4 million compared to $44.3 million as of March 31, 2020. Company purchased $34 million of common stock during the first quarter. So cash and cash equivalents is the money that they're currently holding plus their assets. They are sitting on $104.4 million as of March 31, 2021. Let's look at some of their highlights before we get to the other financial statements. So first quarter 2021, agents and brokers of the EXP platform increased 77% to 50,333 at the end of the first quarter. Last year they only had 28,449, so it's increased 77%. More agents means more people working, meaning more money coming in for the company. Residential and commercial transaction sites closed increased 95%. 73,878 compared to 37, so they increased 95%. And residential commercial transaction volume increased 123%, 24.5 billion in the first quarter compared to the 11 billion they did last quarter. As mentioned before, this company keeps expanding. They went to Puerto Rico, Brazil, Italy, and Hong Kong. Right now, they just started with Colombia, and they have plans to establish operations in Spain, Israel by the end of second quarter of 2021. All right, real quick, I'm going to be going over the EBITDA stuff right now in the statements. So real quick, it says use of non-GAAP financial measures, which were the two bullet number 4 and 5. To provide investors with additional information regarding our financial results, this press release includes reference to adjusted EBITDA, which is a non-US GAAP financial measure and may be different than similarly titled measures used by other companies. It is presented to enhance investors' overall understandings of the company financial performance and should not be considered a substitute for or superior to the financial information prepared and presented in accordance with US GAAP. So yeah, take this information with a grain of salt. But again, if you see numbers going up, chances are most people aren't lying. So let's just have faith in this company. Right here, we're looking at the US GAAP net income loss to adjustment EBITDA reconciliation in thousands. So just add 3 zeros to everything that you see here, because this is 4.8 million, not 4,846. I don't know why they do that. But right here, net income is again revenue minus expenses, taxes, and interest and stuff like that. It was 48.46. Expenses that they had, $128, so you'll minus, $128,000. And then income tax expense, that's another one, so 211. Depreciation and amortization. The depreciation is probably assets that they have, maybe like a building, land, that they can write off for the use, and they can write that off on their taxes as a depreciation. Amortization, they're probably paying off some loans or something like that. Stock compensation expense. This includes agent growth incentive stock compensation expense and stock compensation expense related. So this stock compensation expense is probably the stock that they give their realtors for performing well with their company. So they did 5.4 million. And then stock option expense, this is probably stock that they're currently holding onto so they can compensate their realtors. And if you add all that up and then subtract this 128, you'll come up with the 14,820,000. Again, this was last year, so the numbers increase, this number increase. So again, we want numbers to increase. Now we're going to look at this net cash provided by operating activities to adjusted net cash providing by operating activities. Here you have cash provided by operating activities. This is the money that they made from operating their activities. minus the customer's deposits, it leaves the company with a cash flow of $40 million to operate. Again, last year 14 million, now 40 million. Numbers are going up, so this is good. Alright, so that concludes this video. Let me know in the comments if you are a buyer of EXPI. Maybe you're selling it, maybe you're holding it. Me personally, I'm going to continue to dollar cost average into the stock when I have the money to do so. I'm going to look for these dips. I'm going to continue to buy. I see plenty of growth potential in this company, so this is why I am going to continue to buy. Remember again, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. This is the research that I have done. I'm just sharing it with you guys for educational purposes. And with that being said, if you made it to the end, give me some likes, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Until next time, let's get this money. Peace.